So as you guys know, we're going to be talking about Shakeology. And let me share my screen.
Hi, everybody.
God bless Mark, because I'm still using his computer. Okay, so let me scroll back to the top here. Okay, first let's just start out with a just a shout out of all the Success Club points already. It's approaching the middle of the month, so this is really great that people have locked in Success Club. And I'm sorry if I don't have the very, very updated ones, but this is the ones I have so far. So Jacqueline's at 8. Awesome job. Christy is at 6. Allison's at 4. I'm at 4. Gina's at 4. Terry Ryan's at 2. Marissa's at 2. Mark's at 2. Jackie's at 2. And Angie's at 2. So great job, everyone, for pushing through and getting those points. Okay, so I posted a question like in our team page. I think Allison too. We got a lot of questions about Shakeology, which is awesome. We don't have time to like address all of them, but I wanted to at least touch on some. I'm kind of anal as the aspect of where if I have a question, I want to like research it in detail and pick out everything I possibly can. So one of the questions was, does Shakeology have whey protein in it? First of all, I think everyone should know what whey is. It's a milk product. Milk has 2 proteins, which is casein and whey. Whey can be separated from the casein and milk or formed by a byproduct. Whey is considered a complete protein and contains all 9 essential amino acids and is low in lactose content. It helps improve muscle protein synthesis and promote the growth of lean tissue mass. There's actually 3 different forms of whey protein. So the one that's in Shakeology is whey protein isolate. So whey protein isolate is further processed to remove all fat and lactose. WPI is at least 90% protein. So less than 10% of the ingredients are lactose, and it contains lactase, which breaks down lactose. So, I mean, obviously, yes, if someone has a very high like lactose intolerant, don't take this. If someone has like maybe a mild one, they're probably okay with actually the whey variety too. Now, of course, the vegan variety does not have whey in it. And the whey in Shakeology has been certified free of antibiotics too. Okay, so whey and the protein percent. Whey varieties are chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, greenberry, cafe latte. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's different grams of protein in each particular flavor. So the protein amounts vary due to ingredients. For example, chocolate has chocolate powder and cocoa, which adds an extra 8 grams of product weight, and which also equals 2 more grams of protein than some other flavors. So that was interesting because I was always confused about that. Vegan, which has no whey, it's all plant proteins, brown rice, pea, chia, amaranth, quinoa, and flax. Tropical strawberry are the flavors, and also chocolate. And this one both flavors have 16 grams of protein per serving, and it's completely lactose free. And another side note about this too, I've actually talked to a lot of people who used to sell Advocare, or maybe still do. And I don't know if you guys have heard of that shake. They used to have a whey variety and a vegan variety, but I guess the company stopped making the vegan variety. So a lot of those people that needed their vegan have steered away from that. I've actually sold a challenge pack to someone that used to be a huge Advocare advocate, basically, and she just stopped drinking the shakes because of that. So that's something nice for us to know too. The next question that was posed was, I asked also what kind of questions do you get a lot from customers? So one question that's constantly brought up is, do I use Shakeology as a meal replacement? I've gotten this question a lot too. So yes or no, it can go both ways. So we'll talk about both. Yes, you can if you're trying to lose weight, or you need a quick meal on the go. It's convenient. And typically skip out on a meal, or maybe, like breakfast, you're in a rush and you're trying to get to work and you skip breakfast. This would be perfect meal replacement. No, if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, And you know what, this is like a heated topic. So I decided I'm going to do like a whole different team Zoom call strictly on pregnancy, breastfeeding, and fertility. I know that in my personal team page a couple months ago, I really opened up my personal experience about just me getting pregnant and me going through a lot of different like troubles. Even with like Laurel, it took me a good year to get pregnant. With Luke, it took me 3 rounds of fertility drugs. I drank Shakeology when I was pregnant. I'm really big into breastfeeding. So I figured like another Zoom call just on this topic would be great. Also, no, you shouldn't use it as a meal replacement if you are underweight. This can help you as like drinking as a snack to just basically increase your nutrition to get that dense nutrients in. Or you could also like beef up your shake. You could add some nut butters, banana and stuff like that to make it more of like a meal. Okay, so another question, and this like, I can see this being asked. I haven't been asked this question, but I could see it actually. Okay, so you're promoting clean eating. Why do you drink a shake? So the simple answer is they go hand in hand. For accelerated results and to fuel our bodies with the best nutrition possible, Shakeology is a staple. We are all human and we all slip up on our diets, or we have cheat meals, but making it a habit to drink Shakeology on a daily basis enables us to maintain great nutrition. Shakeology was created to help people stay healthy and get more from their workouts. Each drink includes over 70 healthy ingredients and all of the essential vitamins and minerals that your body needs for muscle recovery and growth and a strong metabolism and better heart health. Okay, so what's the sweetener? I'm glad I like actually looked in this too, because I didn't know, I guess I didn't really like think about this. I was like, oh yeah, it's just stevia in there. There's actually different forms of sugar too, because you'll notice that some of the packets says, 6 grams, or some even say maybe 11 grams. It varies a little bit depending on the flavor. So yeah, Shakeology has stevia and also non-GMO fructose. So for example, chocolate whey contains 6 grams of sugar, and that's on the nutrition label. The sugar content comes from the actual fruits and foods themselves. Shakeology does not have any artificial sweeteners in it. It contains fructose, and fructose is a natural sugar found in fruits and some vegetables. The good thing about fructose, as opposed to glucose, which is table sugar, or high fructose corn syrup, like chemically altered, is that it's very low on the glycemic index. This means that your body sends it directly to the liver for absorption, which minimizes its impact on insulin blood sugar levels. The fructose in Shakeology is from non-GMO sources and is processed cleanly in a GP, or it's a good manufacturing practice facility. So that's a little bit about that. And then stevia is an all-natural sweetener that comes from the stevia plant. Shakeology has that in it. So if you have a customer who says, oh, well, I have a shake that has 0 grams of sugar, that should be a red flag right there, because it's probably got some sort of chemically processed sugar in there, whether it be, I don't know, Splenda or something like that. Because if you have a nutrient dense shake and it's got some like vegetables and fruits in there, it's going to have some sort of fruit or some sort of sugar in there that's natural. Okay, so a next question, and this does come up a lot. What if it gives me digestive issues? And can I drink one or more than one per day? So for some people, experiencing digestive sensitivities is a normal part of the cleansing process. This just means your body's working hard to eliminate the toxins built up in your system over several years. This won't get flushed out in one day. Help your body to clean itself out more gently by reducing the amount you consume to 3/4 scoop. Now, why I put a star by 3/4 scoop is like I always told like customers at first, oh, just start with a half a scoop a day and you'll be fine. That's actually not great advice, because when you think about it, if you're taking just half of your servings of vitamins a day, you're not benefiting from that. So if you can tell someone to take at least like 3/4 of a scoop once a day, and then slowly build up to half scoop twice a day as their tolerance increases, and then they can slowly work up to 1 full scoop per day. Although it's perfectly fine to continue using Shakeology as 2 small snacks, like a half scoop each day. If they wanted to do that too, they could continue doing that. For some people, this process could take as long as 3 months for their digestive issues to feel better. So just keep that in mind too. And then more than 2 shakes a day. Yes, people can take more than 2 shakes a day, but it's not recommended to replace more than 2 meals per day for an extended period of time. You think about like our 3-day refresh and those sort of things, or our Shakeology cleanse. You're taking that, but you're not taking it for an extended period of time either. I wanted to just like throw this up there that it's cheap, because you guys, I know that like we have in our heads, oh my gosh, Shakeology is expensive, or we've heard client or potential customers say that a lot and they can't afford it. So let's just like break it down again, because I think it helps for us to all hear this again. The listed retail price, as we all know, is $130, right? This is for a 30-day supply, which comes out to about $4.33 per day. If you consider the cost of fast food, like a fast food meal or frozen dinner, that $4.33 is not a bad price for a meal, especially a nutritious meal full of beneficial vitamins and minerals. If you were to add together the cost of food that would be needed to make a meal offering as much nutrition as 1 Shakeology shake, you could easily end up spending more than $50. So that's pretty crazy, right? When you break down the cost, it is much more cost effective than purchasing all the ingredients used to create these shakes or buying a fast food meal. The suggested price of the $130 per month is still less than you would pay to eat out or get a frozen meal. Or my gosh, even like I was at Starbucks the other day and I think I paid like $5 for a drink. So, I mean, when you think about it, it's pretty cheap. The next question was, do I need vitamin, or do I need to take a vitamin? Do I use the performance line in addition to Shakeology? So because of the way Shakeology is formulated, this is another perk why I think it's cheap. 1 shake pretty much covers your body's normal daily requirement for vitamins and minerals. However, if you're following a recommended exercise routine, your body is likely to be using up those nutrients at a faster rate. For example, like Body Beast or P90X or Insanity, these are hard charging routines that burn more calories. So, along with vitamins and minerals, you may need additional supplements. So that's why Beachbody created the performance line, the hydrate that you can drink during your workout to give you those electrolytes that are lost, or recovery to drink right after, that's a protein, or recharge, that's a night protein to help with muscle growth, or creatine. So there's all these additional supplements that you can take in addition to your Shakeology, depending on what program you're in. Okay, so here's another question. What about other probiotics that I take? Do I need them? So and I'm sorry, like my medical/nurse brain goes in this route. But so first of all, let's just talk about probiotics. Probiotics used in Shakeology, which is Bacillus coagulans, is a powerful strain proven to survive the acids in the stomach and reach the intestines. That's key, and reach the intestines where it is intended to function. Probiotics are good bacteria that help create a healthy environment in the intestines to maintain healthy and improved digestive function. These friendly organisms may also help fight bacteria that cause diarrhea. And there's also evidence that probiotics may maintain a strong immune system. This is why the probiotics need to reach the intestines instead of being eaten up by the stomach acids. There's also prebiotics in Shakeology, and that's found in the yuccan root. This root is similar to the sweet potato, that it's the highest natural form of FOS, a powerful prebiotic, which helps support regularity, healthy intestinal bacteria, and a strong immune system. So a ton of stuff. So addressing over like the other, one of our coaches asked, she was drink kombucha, and she was wondering, should she still drink that in addition to her Shakeology, since the Shakeology has probiotics in it. So kombucha, I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but it's a fermented beverage made from tea, sugar, and a culture of yeast and bacteria called a mushroom or SCOBY. So, and it's also got a tiny, tiny bit of alcohol content in it too, because of the fermentation. It's not fermented. Since our bodies normally host upwards of 100 trillion bacteria, it's very hard to overdose on probiotics or good bacteria. If anything, research suggests that eating lots of these bugs via fermented foods like yogurt or sauerkraut or supplements can help you maintain a healthy balance of intestinal microbes that aid digestion and keep your immune system strong. Healthy adults can consume anywhere up to 2 or 20 billion CFUs of probiotics from food or supplements. There's a wide range because everyone's microbe is different. To keep your gut in shape, work more fermented foods into your diet. If you want to add a supplement, ask your doctor for brands she recommends. For some people, a probiotic boost leads to bloating or diarrhea, so cut back on your stomach if it gets upset. And that's something too to keep in the back of our mind too. If we have a customer or a challenger who's saying, oh, I've got some, bloating, diarrhea, always ask them too, what else are you taking besides the Shakeology, to kind of like piece that through too. The one exception to all this is people with depressed immune systems, such as those with HIV, cancer, or other illnesses, should talk with their physician before starting them. In rare instances, if your immune system is very weak, probiotics may cause a serious infection. So, and this is all based on doctors' research. I'm not just like pulling this out of my butt. So that was a little bit about that. And then here's another heated topic too. What is the minimum age limit for Shakeology, right? We get that a lot. Here's a direct quote from the Shakeology FAQs. Since the need of every child may vary, please check with your pediatrician. However, since Shakeology is a healthy drink with low sugar and a wide variety of nutrients, it is a much healthier option than many other drinks or snacks on the market and should be appropriate for most children over the age of 6. You may want to start out with a smaller serving size until you're sure of your child's tolerance. It is not recommended to give as a meal replacement for children younger than 6 without first checking with their doctor. Personally, you guys probably have seen this on my wall before. I let my 4-year-old have it. I let Laurel drink it. Now, I do not give her a full scoop. I give her half portions, or she takes sips of mine, or I've made Shakeology popsicles before. And that's due to like the vitamin content. I wouldn't give her my multivitamin. She has her own vitamins. So that's my theory behind that. So just closing up just all this stuff that I've like thrown at you guys is how can you educate others about this? So definitely sharing, right? Sharing on your personal wall, maybe highlight an ingredient Shakeology. It's great for us to throw up a picture of us holding our shakes and drinking our shakes, but if we throw in there or slide in there that one little ingredient and tell people what it's all about, they're going to start to get curious, right? Or maybe you have a Shakeology recipe that you've thrown up there. Highlight a particular ingredient Shakeology. And everybody on this call has my first 7 days drinking Shakeology, how I felt kind of story. So everybody on this call has that. Also, you can talk about what changes you've noticed in your body and how you feel. And just again, guys, this is going to be probably 80% of our business. So if you don't love Shakeology, try to research up on it, like figure out more about it, educate your clients, educate your team, educate your personally sponsored coaches. It is huge in our business. And then also it's huge in our challenge groups too. We can't just put sell a challenge pack with Shakeology or sell Shakeology and not really educate people. So we have in our challenge group, we have Shakeo Saturday. So we post an ingredient in Shakeology and talk about all the benefits of Shakeology in that particular ingredient. So we're not overwhelming them, but at least they're getting little bits and pieces. Does anyone have any other unique ideas about sharing whether it's ingredients of Shakeology or their experiences in Shakeology on their personal wall, or maybe other groups that you've done that's been successful? Anybody? I'm going to scroll down. Sorry. Anybody have any inputs? Wait, Allison, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, if you guys don't follow Ange, her name is Ange Fit Mama on Facebook, I think. She does really, really cool things all the time with Shakeology, not just her shake. Like, she just posted Shakeology ice cream blended with kale. So that's a really cool way, too, to show people that it's not just a shake. You can make brownies. Like Stephanie said, you can make popsicles, you can make nice cream, healthy ice cream. So there's so many ways to promote it. She does an awesome job of doing that. So I just wanted to point that out. If you don't follow her, you should. She's really good.
Awesome.
That's all.
Thank you.
But promoting it in other ways than just a shake might spark people's interest too.
Sure. Anybody else have any ideas? Let me scroll down. Okay. All right, I'm gonna unmute Gina. Let me unmute too. And I, like I said, I kind of just threw Gina in here, and I was like, will you please just share a little bit about your experience with Shakeology, and Brandon too, because they have a little bit of a unique situation, and she's been drinking it. They've been drinking it for a long time. So here's Gina.
Thanks, Steph.
Yeah.
I did this to push me because I get a lot of anxiety talking in front of groups, and I shouldn't with you guys because you guys are all like family, but I may have had a glass of wine with dinner. So anyways, yeah, we actually just celebrated our 1-year mark of drinking Shakeology. So you may have seen my post tonight. We got our gold scoop, which hopefully all you will be getting soon if you haven't yet. Anyways, the first part, I'm just going to kind of talk about what Shakeology has done for me, just a few major things. The first thing would be digestion. I suffered for many, many years with a lot of GI issues, even was diagnosed with Crohn's at one point and was on meds for a long time, went through so many tests and this and that, whatever. It's been a long time since I've been off my meds, but since then, I was taking a lot of over-the-counter medications to help deal with my symptoms. Since I've been drinking Shakeology, I have gotten off all of those, including my expensive probiotic that I was taking. So I think that's huge. Stephanie touched a lot about the pre and probiotics that are in Shakeology, and they've made a huge difference for me, as well as keeping me TMI but regular. So another thing that I've noticed is my skin. I used to have a lot of issues with breakouts, and since I've been drinking Shakeology, I have noticed a huge improvement in my overall skin. Another big one for me is sleep. I know it sounds crazy, but I used to also suffer from really bad insomnia at a young age, since all through my 20s. Prescribed a lot of different medications to help me sleep. Nothing ever worked. I'm not saying that it was just the Shakeology. I know that my exercise regimen has a lot to do with that, but I think the combo of those two is huge for me. I never knew what it was like to sleep through the night, and I feel amazing now. So another big thing for me is just the nutrition, a midday boost of nutrition for me. I'm primarily a stay-at-home mom, and I found myself just not wanting to make myself healthy meals. I was eating off of Juliana's plate or little snacks in the pantry, just not getting a substantial meal in the middle of the day, and I was crashing by the time my husband came home. I'm just no energy, blah, 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 blah. But now I make myself a big, giant shake. I add whatever into it, frozen fruit, a handful of spinach, yogurt. I just make it a big, big meal. I eat other stuff with it too, but I just have so much more energy since I've been doing that. So that's just a few things that it's done for me. I mean, it's done a lot more, but that's just the major stuff. Sorry, I keep saying.
Yeah, it's okay. I do too.
That's my nervous thing. Okay, anyways, on to my husband. He also has been drinking for a year, which is pretty cool. He has brought me a lot of customers. I'm so grateful for him because he takes his Shakeology to work every day and he drinks it in his Shakeology shaker cup. So he gets a lot of people, constantly asking like, dude, what are you doing? Like, what is that? So he sends a lot of people to me. So that's pretty cool. It's helped him in his overall health, a lot of similar things like me. But for those that don't know, he also has a chronic illness, multiple sclerosis. You may have noticed a lot of my posts in March. That's like a big month for the MS Society. He's going on 4 years of being diagnosed with it. It was, what do I got?
It's okay. You're good. Good.
I'm good. Okay. Anyways, I was just saying he was diagnosed like right before our 1 year wedding anniversary. So it's our 5-year wedding anniversary this coming weekend. So it'll be going on the 4-year mark for him since he was diagnosed, and he's doing awesome. For those of you that don't know about MS, it's an autoimmune disease. So the body basically attacks itself, and with MS, it attacks the central nervous system, so your brain and your spinal cord. Basically, your own immune system recognizes the neurons as like foreign and eats them up. So the medications that he takes work by suppressing his immune system to stop that from happening. So with that being said, he has a very weak immune system. And we also have a 3-year-old daughter in the house that picks up lots of germs from, grocery carts and all that kind of stuff. So he's very prone to getting sick. So with that being said, the number one thing for him is immunity. As you guys know, Shakeology has tons and tons of ingredients that help boost up your immune system. I just listed like a few of them that I found, but proteins, amino acids, the 23 vitamins and minerals that Stephanie had talked about, the phytonutrients like chlorella, moringa, all the different greens and the herbs. He has noticed a huge improvement since he's been drinking Shakeology with, getting sick and all of that. The other thing that I thought was kind of interesting that he told me when I asked him today, the different things that he would, it would help me to talk about was clarity and alertness, which if you read through the benefit ingredient chart, that is listed. And I was like, that's weird. But a lot of MS patients complain of having this MS fog, and it's just kind of like living in a cloud, sort of, just feeling kind of out of it, when you have like a bad day and you're just like, I don't know, I just feel so out of it today. But they suffer from that a lot. So he said that he has actually noticed since he's been drinking it that has lessened. He just feels like more alert, more energy, more with it, just in general, at work, at home. And a lot of those ingredients that I just listed above are what help that with the brain function. Thirdly, for him is the same thing, the digestion, the regularity that I had talked about. A lot of the medications that he's on, the side effects have a lot of GI type issues, and he's noticed big changes in that since drinking Shakeology. He has also stopped taking the expensive probiotic that we were both taking. So when you kind of compare what we were both spending on probiotics every month to our cost of Shakeology, it's huge. So those are just a few of the things, but he just said that overall it's just like an adjunct to his normal MS regimen. Yeah, I don't know. Does anybody have any questions?
Gina, I have a quick question. With Brandon, was he, before starting Shakeology, was he on particular meds for his MS that maybe he was, because I don't know a whole lot about MS, that he was able to either wean a little bit or get off of, or was he never taking medications, a lot of medications, I guess?
No, I mean, he still has to take his like prescribed, big medication for the MS. But I mean, he was able to get off the probiotics, some other over the counter like medications he was taking for symptoms, like not symptoms, but side effects from the meds.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, in general, it's just improved, side effects that he was having and symptoms, but not necessarily come off of anything.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Gina. I know that took a lot of guts. I really appreciate it. And I know everyone else does. I think for us, or at least for me, it helps hearing from other people. It helps hearing from other coaches, other people that are in different situations. Like, all of us are so unique. So for us to all be able to share that with our team and get everyone's input, that's huge. So thank you so much for sharing that. I know it took a lot.
It's good for me to get it out there because I have a lot of people that ask me, why are you so into this? And sometimes I get kind of like, I don't know, I could go on and on and on, but yeah, it's made a huge difference in both of our lives.
Awesome. Well, does anybody have any questions at all? We have like a few minutes left. It doesn't even have to be about Shakeology. It can be about anything. Anybody? Ashley, it's good to see you.
Hi.
And you're used to these Zoom calls, aren't you?
Huh?
You're used to these Zoom calls, right?
I am. I do it for work at least once or twice a week.
Gotcha.
Gina, I did have a question. So, and I don't know all the terminology, but my best friend growing up has MS, and she has the kind that flares up and then it kind of retracts, and then it flares up and it retracts. And I know there's another kind that like progressively you get worse pretty rapidly. If your husband has the one that flares up, has he noticed a reduction in flare-ups? Like she'll have to go and she'll have to take 4 days of steroid and injections in the hospital or infusions in the hospital.
Yeah, I would say he has that kind. I would say that in the last year, he hasn't had many flare-ups. So I don't know if it's, a combo of like the drug that he's been on for the last year and a half and the Shakeology, it's hard to say, but I mean, he has noticed an overall improvement. I don't know if I want to give Shakeology all the credit, but, I think it's a combo of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she's had it for 16 years. So in the last probably 5 years, she has dropped foot and she's got some things that are a more serious nature. So anything to do to kind of help her not flare up is good. So I might shoot her an email and let her know.
Yeah, definitely. If she has, more questions and like to talk to him about his thoughts on it, feel free to reach out. He loves talking. So
Cool.
Awesome. Good deal. Well, I'm just going to wrap it up. Does anyone else have any questions? I don't think so. Okay. Well, thanks for everyone attending our Zoom call. We had a great attendance tonight, and we try to do these every Thursday around 8. Sometimes like things get pushed back a little bit, but this is our normal Zoom call time for newer coaches too. And also these calls, like, yes, there's a host and there's like a co-host sometimes, but you guys feel free to talk on these calls too. Even if you're not assigned that, you co-host the call, like, feel free to jump in anytime and give your input on stuff, because honestly, even me, like, I host some of these calls and I feel like, gosh, it'd be nice like to hear other people's input too. And don't ever be afraid to like jump in there and speak your mind and all that stuff. Okay. So thanks again for everyone attending, and I've recorded this call, so I'll post it in our team page too, like for anyone else that wants to hear it. Okay. Have a great night. Bye.